So I'm pacing around my apartment right now with a gig bag strapped to my back, and you're probably wondering, the hell are you doing that for? You're at home. Well, I think I may have managed to fit an entire mobile live guitar rig into this fat sack of crap onto my bag. But I'm basically kind of just seeing the weight of it. It is pretty heavy. But yeah, I think I fit a good amount of essential stuff in here to do like a little small performance for, let's just say, a group of friends at a house, or maybe like your buddies at the office or something, or if you just want to go to a park or maybe a coffee shop or something and play a small little gig. I think you can do it with just this one hefty little gig bag in here. So why don't we look inside and see what's in there? Okay, so let's take a look and see what's in this bad boy here. Alright, first things first, we're gonna go over the small compartments. I got the good old laptop charger. I've got my Scarlett 2i2 interface. A bag of picks, just in case. Let's see, I've got a Bluetooth speaker with an aux input right over here. In this case, it's the JBL Charge 4, not the 5, because the 5 and beyond does not have a aux input. We also got the charger for the JBL Flip 4. I've got an aux cable. And this one's more just in case. I got a like a portable battery bank, just in case I run out of juice on the on the speaker mostly. Okay. Now on to the meat and potatoes. Here we've got my Legator Ghost G7 FP over here. With that thing, got a handy guitar strap. I've got one 1/4-inch instrument cable. The last but not least, poorly protected at the moment, just for experimentation's sake, with some bubble wrap, I've got my MacBook Pro. There you have it. Potentially you have everything here to do either a mobile studio or a mobile live session, just to show for a very small crowd. Now, before we continue, I gotta emphasize something really important regarding this JBL Charge 4 speaker, is that a couple of caveats regarding it. So a lot of Bluetooth speakers these days in the market, it'll come with something installed in the speaker called a DSP. And I forgot what it stands for. I think it's something like digital sound processing or digital signal processing. It's one of those two. But essentially what it does is it'll take the input or even the Bluetooth source of the sound, and it'll basically process it and bundle it up with all kinds of magic goo. And what it's hoping to do is spit out some nice sounding, clear, bassy audio. Now, the thing about that, the caveat that I mentioned, is that what that does is that it adds a little bit of latency into your speaker. And if you guys don't know what latency is, basically that's like the delay of the sound input going into the speaker, and it's the time it takes for the sound to come out of the speaker. And in this case, I don't know how many milliseconds it is. I think it's about, 1 millisecond or 2 milliseconds. I don't exactly remember, but what I'm trying to say is that delay could be a big problem when trying to sync up the audio being fed as well as guitar being played through it. So there is a way to disable the DSP on these where you get less input lag and a little less sound processing, which is something very useful. And the way you do it on these speakers is you turn on the speaker, okay, power on, and what you do is you hold the minus and the Bluetooth buttons for 10 seconds. And when you see the LED flash once, that means that you've successfully disabled the DSP. And there it is right there. So now when we hook it up, we're not gonna have any of the sound processing of the speaker happening. We're just gonna have the raw signal going into the speaker and hopefully coming out at a fast time. All right, guys, I got the setup here in my bedroom only because I think the acoustics in here are a little better than compared to where my studio is, because it's a lot more open air out there and it's a little more enclosed in here. So you're not gonna hear as much echo or, you know, any kind of reverb, because I'm primarily gonna capture the sounds coming out of the JBL Charge with my phone here. So yeah, I got everything set up. Got the guitar here. I got the instrument cable going into the Focusrite 2i2. If it matters, I'm going into channel 2 with the instrument feature turned on. I got USB-C to USB-A going into the MacBook. For grounding issues, I decided to take the power cable off just for demonstration purposes until I can figure that out a little later. I got the 1/8 inch going into the 1/8 inch in of the JBL Charge 4. And I also did DSP off on this one. So whenever I decide to play something, I am gonna go ahead and go to that corner of the room over there, because I'm not getting as much 60 cycle hum going on in the air. It's a lot more cleaner, so you can kind of get a better sense of what the clean tone should sound like on this thing. All right, and I'm gonna be using the mostly the Archetype Pliny over here, the Neural DSP plugin. And yeah, we'll go through some presets and we'll see what it sounds like. Okay, now let's try some, how about the Electric Sunrise Crunch preset? Turn oversampling on. I'll go ahead and kind of cut some of the low end on this. And I'll just see how that goes. let's go ahead and try out a lead preset here of Neural DSP. We'll turn oversampling on. Looks like the EQ will stay off for now. We'll just go with the amp. Alright guys, so that's how it sounds like going through the JBL Flip 4. I'm sorry, the JBL Charge 4. It's going to be completely dependent on what type of speaker you use for on-the-go applications. But obviously you can hook up this setup to a regular half stack, full stack, portable amp, whatever, and I'm sure you'll get better results. But when you're in a pinch and you want to try and fit everything into one gig bag, I think it's pretty doable. It sounds pretty good. It does tend to distort a little bit at high volumes, but you know, for what it is, it's pretty good. You can play it anywhere for some friends and whatever. Jam it out. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns in the comments, and I'll get right back to you. Thanks.